श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्किक केसरी वेदांताचार्य वर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि श्रीवासरंग परकाल मुनित्रयाप्तलक्ष्मात् परक्षणैतिद्योगागमान्तम् आचार्य भक्ति परिपूतमनर्गशीलं गोपालदेशिकमुनिं गुरुमाश्रयामः व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे सुखतातं तपोनिधिं व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। यत्र योगेश्वर कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीर्विजयो भूति ध्रुवा नीतिर्मतिर्मम. So we have been blessed and fortunate to enjoy Bhagavad-Gita as gracefully bestowed to us by Lord Krishna through Arjuna to the humanity. He just took Arjuna as an excuse to shower us with this Vedantartham as well as day-to-day practical application. Whenever we are at crossroads, we can take up Bhagavad Gita for resolution. When we are in a dilemma or as to what we need to do or as to what we should follow or what we should not do, anything and everything is in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And it's a rare thing that we are born as a human being with the discriminatory power, with the vivekam, to know what is good and what is bad for our upliftment, for our sadgati, for our elevation. And that's why it is so applicable and appropriate. It's been translated in very many languages. Multinational, it's a foreign languages also they have translated because of its applicability. It's very universal. So let's look at the 8th chapter today. In the last chapter, we did talk about the Adi Yajna, Adi Deivam, Adi Bhuta. Adi Bhuta deals with the Pancha Bhutams, the 5 elements. Adi Deva deals with the divinity presiding over these 5 elements. And Adi Yajna deals with the Karmanushtanam, the karma that we need to do. Like the Sandhyavandanam or the Tirivaradanam or the work that we need to do as a student, as a teacher, as an employee, as a householder, as a husband, as a father, as a mother, as a son. Whatever activities, duties that we need to do, we have to continue to do as Krishnarpanam, as an offering. And that he continues in the 8th chapter called AksharaBrahma Yoga. As I mentioned, Yamunacharya, also called as Alavandar, writes one sloka for the summary of each chapter in Sri Gitartha Sangraham, the summary of the Gitartham. And where for this chapter, 8th chapter, he mentions Aishwarya Akshara Yatatmya Bhagavad Sharanartinam Vedya Upadeya Bhavanam Ashtame Beda Uchate. Aishwarya Akshara Yatatmya Bhagavad Sharanartina, Bhagavad Sharana Artina, Vedya Upadeya Bhavana Ashtame Beda Uchate. That is, there are 3 seekers, 3 bhaktas, 3 people who pray to God, 3 kinds of people, categories of people. 1, those who seek material wealth and mundane pleasures. I want promotion, I want to graduate, I want to get married, is a prayer. And I want to have a child, I want to go up in life, I want a best career, I want $1 million, whatever, I want healthy life, I want my kid to grow up great. So whatever is the material, worldly, wealth and mundane pleasure, first category. Second category are those who seek to enjoy. They know that these are all alpam, these are all transitory, temporary. Once the body falls off, the soul leaves, everything is going to go waste. Whatever study or qualification or money or wealth, anything and everything, you are going to go empty-handed. Nothing comes except the punya papa karma with you. So the second one wants to get rid of it and wants to know what is the jivatma. What is this atma? What's this? Who am I? Am I the body, intellect, mind? Who am I? The soul, the jivatma? What is it consisting of? What actually it is? So that visualization, that investigation, that searching into self. So those who seek to realize their jivatma, enjoy their jivatma, that is the second seeker, second category of people. And third, those who do not want even that and seek only the blissful state of enjoyment of Lord, be with Him, Bhagavan, and those who seek the lotus feet of Bhagavan. So these three categories of people should know the following. And what are the following? How to worship, the manner of worship. Okay, I want wealth, material wealth. Okay, I want mundane pleasures. Okay, I want the visualization of Jivatma. Okay, I want the lotus feet of the Lord. Nothing else. But how do I achieve it? These three categories. And that is the manner, the mode of worship as to attain the goal which I want. That is one. Second, the last remembrance at the moment of death, the final moment called Antima Smriti. When we are about to leave from this world, when the Jivatma is about to depart, what would it think? So it becomes, says the Shastra. Whatever that they think. If they think of a cockroach, it is born as a cockroach. If it thinks of a deer, it's born as a deer. That's what happened to that sage Jadabrata. He was a great bhakti yogi, but he became fond of a deer cub. And that cub, he loved it so much. It was endearing to him. He hugged it, he fed it, he considered that as his baby. And that cub grew up. And this bhakti yogi, Jadabrata, he was about to pass away. And that time he was worried about the deer cub. Who would take care of it? So he was thinking only of the deer cub. So he was born as a deer in the next birth. So Antima Smriti. Of course, he would think of his previous birth, his Bhakti Yogam, and would attain salvation, taking subsequent birth as a yogi. So it's not going waste. But whatever that you think at the final moment, you become that. That is why Alvars, Kulasegar Alvar, Periyalvar, they all say, at the last moment, I would lie like a log of wood. I would be unconscious. I would not be bothered about you. I would not be thinking about you. I would be thinking something else. Maybe rasagulla, maybe chips, maybe French fries. I would not be remembering you at all. It's a fond remembrance of the Lord only will make us attain. So, அப்போதைக்கு இப்போதே சொல்லி வைத்தேன் பெரியாழ்வாசே. To think of you at that moment. Right now I am thinking of you, so that you will think of me at that time. Even Varaha, Lord Varaha, he says, if anybody, when they are in full control of their body, when their mind is calm, when all their faculties are working, if they perform Sharanagati to me, he tells Bhumi Pirati, then they don't have to think of me at that final moment. Even if they lie like a log of wood or like a stone, fully unconscious, stinking with the urine and other things going, and even the relatives, the spouse, the children do not want to come near because the whole bedroom is stinking. They won't come near. I myself will take them to my abode. Aham tva Aham smarami madbhaktam nayami paramam gati. I will remember my devotee and will take him myself to my abode. Lord Varaha promises. So he would not let us down. So that's the last remembrance at the moment of death. Krishna, he says, Antima Smriti is required. However, Lord Varaha says, I would think of Antima Smriti is required by the Lord on the devotee, on the Sharanagata, on the one who has performed Sharanagata. For others, it's required for the Jivatma to think of him. And third, what route the respective souls take. If somebody who has performed Sharanagati and wants only moksha, what route he will take to attain the Lord. And if somebody who has not performed Sharanagati and they have died, he would take another birth, maybe a good birth, maybe in Swargam, and come back again. But what route he will take, all that is explained in this chapter. Such a beautiful chapter. So nicely the Acharyas have glorified this chapter. It's called AksharaBrahma Yoga. We should understand first what these terms mean. Akshara means the one who is not perishable, imperishable, Akshara. Like Paramatma, the Jivatma is also imperishable. We saw in the second chapter itself, Jivatma can never be cut, can never be killed, can never fall dead. Jivatma is never born, never dead, cannot be burnt, cannot be cut. And hence, it is imperishable, like Paramatma. Brahma means mighty, almighty. Bhagavan is great, the greatest, supreme. But Jivatma is also mighty. That Akshara means mighty. So how? Because Jivatma is a sentient. It has got the knowledge. It's got jnana, called Dharma Bhuta Jnana. We are able to think. We are able to see everything. We are able to visualize. We are able to understand. Whereas the Achetana, the matter, the life, the non-living, they would not be able to think. We are able to. So we are mighty. But the Almighty is the Lord. We are still mighty because of the jnana. It's called Dharma Bhuta Jnana. The attribute of the Jivatma is the jnana. Jivatma itself is the jnana swarupi. It has got an attribute which is Dharma Bhuta Jnana. Bhagavad Ramanuja says, it is like a lamp, the valakke. The lamp is lit by pouring the oil and the wick is lit. When the lamp is lit, there is brightness in the room. So the lamp, the valakke, the deepam is called the Jivatma. The brightness which it spreads is called the attribute of the Jivatma, which is the jnanam of the Jivatma. So jnanam as the quality of the Jivatma is called Dharma Bhuta Jnana. The Jivatma itself is Jnana Swarupi, which has got an attribute, the quality of Jnana, with two different Jnana. One Jnanam is to know about everything. Other Jnanam is the nature of the Jivatma. The Jivatma itself has got a Jnanam as the nature. It's not made of material, it's made of Jnana. So, two Jnanams. That's enough. More than that is confusing. So, it is because the Jivatma which is sentient, which is Jnana Swarupi, it is mighty. So Jivatma is also mighty in the sense, but not almighty. That is Parabrahma. So at the end of the previous chapter, Krishna was referring to Brahma, Adhyatma, Karma, Adi Bhutam, Adi Daivatam, Adi Yajna, Prayana Kale Nyaya. So all these things he talked about. Let's explain what is this again, just to know and be clear before we enter into the chapter. Brahma, that which is imperishable, immutable, greatest, Sarvajna, Sarveshwar, Sarvashakta is Brahma. This is none other than Paramatma, Shriyapati Sriman Narayana, and Adhyatma. This means the natural disposition. The natural disposition which is attached to the Atma. This natural disposition is different from the Atma. So, that is the way this Atma is able to disposed because of the five element, the five senses, the sense organ. I am able to think, I am able to smell, I am able to hear, listen. That particular is the Adhyatma. Then karma, of course we know this. This revolves to the karma. And then Adi Bhutam, that refers to the five element, Pancha Bhuta, that cause the form, the taste, the smell, the touch, the sound, that divert the Jivatma to and distract the Jivatma to be on the positive track. You want to study, we want to recite Vishnu Sahasranam, we want to listen to the Bhagavad Gita, but our Instagram, our Netflix, our phone, it distracts our eyes, and we take the phone and we scroll. We take our eyes away from listening to this. Why? Because of these five elements, five senses, the taste, the smell, the touch, the sound, the form, distract the jivas from the true goal of what they need to attain. So never get distracted. What you want to achieve, stay course. There are very many digressions, very many distractions. We should stay focused on what we need to accomplish. Adi Daivatam. It's not enough if the jiva is completely lured, attracted by the distractor. The jiva also should know the superiority of moksha samrajya, to develop a desire to attain. Why moksha? Let me get distracted by these things. What is big thing in a moksha? We should know what great is that. What is the blissful state of that? This is a transitory, this is a very alpam. And though we get lured, we should remember and get to know from Shastras, from elders, from Acharyas, from the books, from scholars, that how great that blissful state will be. Even the Upanishad says, you assume some human being, about 25-year-old human being, very bahubali, somebody who is strong, with strong muscles, six-pack, and fully intelligent, extremely intelligent, parama buddhiman, scholar, and he has learnt Vedas, Shastras, everything. He is also doing tapas. He is muscular, he is learnt, he is a scholar, he is Vedanti, and he is healthy, he is rich, he has got the family or ancestral property, he is rich. Whatever he eats, it can get digested, is perfectly normal, and if everything is there, what anandam he will have? Upanishad says that anandam multiplied by 100 is devas anandam, multiplied by another 100 is deva gandharva, multiplied by another 100, and keeps on multiplying 100 times, 100 times, 100 times. It goes the Chaturmukha Brahma Ananda, and then multiply by million times. Even that is not equivalent to Moksha Ananda. That's the Anandam that we are talking about. And where the Upanishad says, there is no way I can tell you what the Anandam will be. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasasaha, where the words and mind cannot fathom, cannot understand, comprehend this Anandam, which is Parabrahmananda, Paripurna Brahma Anubhavam. And that is Adi Daivatam. Therefore, the glorious qualities of Bhagavan, his glorious qualities, his Vatsalyam, his Karunyam, his Daya, his Swamitvam. If I have Daya on you and I say I will take care, you will start doubting. Who are you to take care? First, you take care of yourself. You are already old, you are weak, and you are taking care of me, you would say. But if the Lord says, Krishna says, Aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami, I will grant you moksha, do not fear. I take care of you. I will take you to my abode. You can rest assured that he will definitely take care, because he is truthful, he will keep his promise, he is Sarva Shaktiman, he is Sarveshwaran, he is Sarvajnan, he is omnipresent, he is omniscient, and he would not let anybody down. He is called Achyuta, the one who never lets anyone down. He says, if I tell once, I would rather, Rama tells, I would rather leave Sita, I would rather leave Lakshmana, but I would never leave my word. Whatever I've said, I would keep. If that's the case, if he says, I will take care of you, he will. So, when such is the case, we should never feel any doubt or suspicion. Doubting Thomases should never be there. So, the jiva to acquire aspiration, we should contemplate the glorious qualities of the Lord so that we would enjoy Him. Adi Yajna. To drive home this, Krishna says, this term, Adi Yajna, refers to me alone. I am the one who is worshipped always. He says, if somebody performs Yajna, Yagam, for Indra, for Agni, for Rudra, for whoever, all will come to me, Lord Krishna says. Because I am the indweller, Antaratma in those devatas. And I am the one who ultimately receive that which you offer to that devata. And I am the one who sends through devatas, through those devatas, what you aspire, what you desire, what you seek, what you pray. So, Adi Yajna, so all Yajnas will ultimately reach me. We talked about it last chapter also. So, anybody who prays would ultimately pray to Lord Krishna. He says, Prayana Kale Nyayam. That should arise at the time of death. The thought that should arise at the time of death should be that of Krishna. Vedanta Desika mentions in Gopala Vimshati, Adarahita Charuvamsha Nala, Makutalambi Mayura Pinchamala, Harinila Shila Vibanga Nila, Pratibhashantu Mama Antima Prayana. What a beautiful sloka. Adarahita Charuvamsha Nala. In the lips, rose, red color, coral like lips. On the lips there is a flute, and the Lord Krishna is playing that flute. There is a peacock feather on his curly, black, beautiful tresses, and his round, wonderful, chubby cheeks, and his beautiful blue-hued divine body, Divyamangala Vigraham. That should appear in front of me at the final journey. Vedanta Desika prays, Adarahita Charuvamsha Nala, Makutalambi Mayura Pinchamala, Harinila Shila Vibanga Nila, Pratibhashantu Mama Antima Prayane. In my Antima Prayane, in my last journey, this should appear in front of me. And that's what Prayana Kale Nyaya. So those who desire this Jivatma Sakshatkara, the visualization of the self, also need to know these three concepts of Brahman, Adhyatmam, Karmam, and those who desire Aishwarya. Somebody who has want new wealth, somebody who has lost their wealth but they want to regain their wealth, Arti, Artharti, like what we saw last chapter, need to know this Adi Bhutam, Adi Devam, and should know Adi Yajnam, everything. So, Arjuna asks whether other deities are not Atmas. They are also Atmas. Why you are saying? Krishna says they are also Jivatmas, the other devatas. Like you, Arjuna, they are also Jivatma. Because of their Punya Palan, they have attained their devata position. I have given them those positions because of their Punya Palan. And hence, they are the Jivatma, and I am the Antaratma in their Jivatma. I am the Antaratma in everything and in everyone, including those devatas, including you, including the material, the five elements, the sun, the moon, the phone, the iPad, the laptop, everywhere. He is there in everything and in everyone, including those devatas. So, when I am inside that, you take, again which I am telling, you take your own body. You are the Jivatma in your body. Your body is supporting the Jivatma, but it is the other way. As long as your Atma is inside your body will start walking, talking, sleeping, eating, do all those activities. Once the Atma leaves the body will fall, will collapse. It is supported by the Jivatma, not the other way. It is serving the Jivatma. The body is the servant of the Jivatma. The body is directed and controlled by the Jivatma. The body is actually serving. It is controlled and it is supported. So that's the relation between Shariram and Atma. And that's the way we need to think of the Lord as the Antaratma in every one of us and in everything which we see, which we think it is there, whatever is there. He is the Antaratma. If that is the Antaratma, who manifests inside and outside of everything and everyone, then if you consider him as the Paramatma, we are all called Shariram of him. Ramanuja says, he is the one who supports us. If he decides we will fall dead, we will collapse. He would not do that, but he is the Antaratma. He supports us. We are all supported by him. We are all serving him. We are all controlled by him. Just like the relationship between our Atma and our body. The same relation between us and Paramatma. And that's why he says, Arjuna asks, other deities are not Atmas, but how come they are said to have Sarira? Even you as Bhagavan is having a Sarira. How to differentiate that between those of the Devatas, Jivatma, those deities, and that of Bhagavan himself? So what is Atma, what is Shariram? Bhagavan explained. We are going to explain the sloka and the meaning next week. But Bhagavan says everyone in the world has a body. The difference lies in the fact that most people acquire bodies due to the karma, due to the sattva, rajas, tamas, gunas, the three gunas, the prakriti sambandha. So much of karma has been done in the past. The karma vasana, the karma ruchi. And your body is due to the preponderance of the sattva guna, which is why you have the good fortune of learning. You all, which we are talking now, the viewers here, the listeners here, and myself, we have little bit of sattva guna, because of which we are enjoying this Bhagavad Gita, because of which we are reciting the Vishnu Sahasranama. And that sattva guna is in ascendant, is dominating at this moment, which is why we have the good fortune of learning. And Arjuna, Krishna says, Arjuna, that is why you are learning from me the nuances of Vedanta, the niceties of the Upanishad. My Shariram is made of pure Suddha Sattva. Krishna's Shariram is different. Means his actual Shariram. His actual Shariram in Sri Vaikunta. His actual Shariram during the Krishna Avataram, Rama Avataram, Nrsimha Avataram. His actual Shariram in the Archavataram, in the temple. And the actual Shariram in Shaligramam, in our Perumal Sannidhi, is all made of transcendental material. It's transcendental. It's not made of the five elements. It's not made of the three gunas, sattva, rajas, guna. It's made of Shuddha Sattvam, the transcendental. It's a different material. And my Shariram is made of pure Shuddha Sattvam. So though I have a body, I am the Antaratma of all, including you and the deities, Devatas you referred to. So he is not affected by us being his attribute, his Sharira. He has got a different material as his own physical body, which is made of Shuddha Sattva, transcendental material. So here Krishna proceeds to explain, then the Antima Smarana. He proceeds to explain how beautifully one can think of the Antima Smarana, and then one takes the travelers in the brilliant heights of evolutionary process. How people who have done lot of punyas, karma, they think of him. They are able to think of him, and even in the final moments they are able to utter his name, and then they reach through Sadgati, the lotus feet. So we would enjoy the few slokas, individual slokas next week. Adiyan Dhanyosmi. Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashaline Srimate Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha. Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamastu.